Hello my fellow creators and welcome to my YouTube channel. Guess what? I got some fun goodies from Spellbinders that we are going to play with today. So Spellbinders sent me these 4 stamp sets, and these are from Josh Griffith's Storybook Illustrations collection. So let me show you each of them before we start playing. So the first one is Words for the Wild, and it has all these fun sentiments for, like, I would say camping or adventure type sentiments. So like this says, off to great places, wild at heart, be free, safe travels, days like this. I mean, you could kind of combine them, but loving this stamp set. And I like the different fonts. I like that some have some images on them. Just a nice substantial stamp set. So that's one. Our next one, and this is the one we're going to play with today, is Illustrated Boys and Girls. Now, you may think, well, what do I do with that stamp set? It's not like a full image. No, it's not. But look, you can make images how you want them. So you would stamp, for example, this little girl, and then you could add a different face and hair, however you like it. Here you add what shoes, if you want pants or shorts, you know. So this is the boys and girls, so it would be these two. This is from the other 2 stamp sets that I'll show you in a minute. So look at it. It's just so cute. I mean, and then you have like these two, they are mirror images of each other. So you could put 2 little girls together, or this one is mirror images. Really nice. And so many different hairstyles, and you know, a little hat there. You have different shoes. Really, really solid stamp set. So I really like this one. Then we have the Illustrated Man. So this is, so you could do your men stamps. So you have a couple of options for pants and shorts, a few options for shirts, different shoes, different hands. This is hand holding a coffee cup. You have some glasses, baseball cap, and then again, different faces, different hairstyles. So this is Illustrated Man. Then the last one that I got from this collection is Illustrated Lady. So there you go, some samples there. And I love the way that they colored the illustrations. It looks like watercoloring to me. So this one, you have several options for, you have some long skirts here. These look like it could be yoga pants, some maybe jeans, and then different options for tops. Now again, you have some different hair, some glasses, different faces with different hairstyles. Bare feet on this one. Here you have a hand holding a coffee cup again. Really nice stamp set. But as I mentioned, I'm going to play with this one today. So I'm also going to use this one, the Words for the Wild. So let me show you what the plan is. I wanted to make today pretty quick and easy. So I have a bunch of these little bags that I bought, probably 2 or 3 years ago, and I got them on Amazon. I'll make sure I link to the different stamp sets and the bags and anything else I can think of that I'm using in the description box, friends. But I thought, you know, I'm recording this before 4th of July weekend, and I thought it would be fun to make each of my grandkids a little goodie bag, because we do a weekend long celebration. We have, one day we have hamburgers and hot dogs, the next day we'll have carne asada, and the next day we'll have barbecue, and we have a large, I mean a super large water slide that we put in the backyard. And all of this is at my mother-in-law's house. So all the cousins gather, everybody gets together, and it's a fun weekend every year. So I thought I would make some of these, not only for my grandkids, but all the other kids that are going to go, so the nieces and nephews, and just stamp different images, put maybe different sentiments. And then what I'm putting inside, because I'm not going to color, guys, I'm going to make it quick and easy today. I have a bunch of these packages of crayons. Again, I think I got these on Amazon many years ago. So I'll put those in there, put some sweet treat in here, fold it up, and this will be something I have for each of the kids. And then I'll probably just write their name in the front so they know which one is theirs. So let's make one on camera. So I am going to use my mini Misty, and you'll see I already have the sentiment here, and it's going to go in the bag here. But before I do that, I did cut a piece of cardstock because it's kind of bumpy here where the back of the bag is. So I cut it to fit inside the bag so that I can just place it in here. Oops, got it on the wrong side, towards the front. Then I have a more solid area to stamp on. So then I just slip it in there, and then you don't feel that bump anymore. Now let me get my magnets in place. I also have my sticky mat to kind of help me. So here's my sentiment. It says wild at heart, and I like that for many of my youngest grandchildren because they are wild at heart. My little ones. And then I've gotten the stamps I'm going to use from that stamp set. Let me pull which ones so I can show you. So I'm using one of these, and then I got these little shoes, and this image kind of with the arms, the hands holding, and little face here. Where is it? This one with kind of pigtails, because this one reminds me specifically of one of my granddaughters. So I'm kind of figuring out where I'm going to line this up. Let me move my magnets. So I'm putting the bottom image, and then the shirt, and then the face, kind of making sure it's not too high, and then making sure it's not too low that it will end up on the sentiment. So I'm going to start by first stamping the little shoes, if I can get them aligned where I want them. And then I'll add each stamp separately and stamp those because I want to make sure I have them lined up correctly. And then I'm also going to bring in my little micron Figma pen here, and I'll show you how I use that when I get to that point. So let me get this stamped. And at first I thought I should stamp it like in a brown, but then I thought no, because this is more like a little coloring book activity for them, so to speak. So I went with my black amalgam ink by Gina K Designs. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that again. I really do need to re-ink, I think, or maybe it's because it's thicker here, because the back's folded. That looks good, because that's how you'll see there's a jaggedness. It's like a rough font. Yeah, I like that. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So now that I have the little feet stamped on there, the little shoes, I can remove those and place the next portion, and I'm kind of just lining it up there. And I'm going to bring in just like an acetate sheet here to make sure that it's stamped in the position I need it. I don't need both magnets, so let me remove one. So if I just go in, and I don't have to be too firm on my stamping, but I can see, whoops, that yes, it's stamped where I want it. Is it? Let me make sure of that. Let me clean that up and try one more time, because my my little piece of acetate shifted. Oh, I have enough ink on there. Let's try again. Yeah, perfect. So then I can remove this and go ahead and actually stamp that. And I think the grandkids will have fun coloring up their little images, especially the little ones. They just love absolutely love coming into Grandma's craft room and grabbing all my colors and my paints and my markers and just going at it. So then I'm going to add this next stamp, which is the top, and I'll do the same thing. I will add my little acetate piece, have my magnet hold it down, and stamp and make sure I've got it in the right spot. And that looks good. So I can go back and ink it up and stamp. Isn't that cute? Okay, then last but not least will be our little face. So now you're going to see here, this is where my little pen is going to come into play as soon as I stamp her little face. And I might put her kind of at an angle because this reminds me of my little 2-year-old granddaughter who makes the little cutesy face when she's doing something she knows she's not supposed to. And she kind of tilts her head off to one side. Baby girl. And so I look at that and I think I can go a little higher. I think it's a little too low. So I'm going to just shift it up a little bit. Oh, now it's too high. See, this is why I like testing it on the acetate. I get a better feel for placement. Okay, that's better. So let's remove our little acetate sheet and stamp a cute little face with pigtails. Isn't that cute? Then I'll get my little micron here because you'll see there's really no neck. So I'm just going to finish this up here with my micron pen and finish that last detail. I could even finish because these pigtails aren't like closed off, and they shouldn't be because it's hair. But I can add more detail using my micron pen. I could even add, I'm going to do that here where the shirt is. It comes over the skirt so it looks like a top and bottom. And then maybe add a little collar here. So you can add little details to your stamped images. What do you think? Isn't that just so cute? So then I just add my little crayons and sweet treat. And then I have a fun little coloring treat for my grandbabies. So here's 2, and I have 10 grandchildren. And when I make something, I make it for all of them. I don't care how old they are. So let me know how you might use these stamps. I just love them. Now stay tuned. Tomorrow I'll come back with another video using another one of the stamp sets. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end. I'd be thrilled if you subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on any of my other social media platforms. As always, have a beautiful, safe, and creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye.